Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So far, we have learned these sort of facts relating to these sort of tests relating to the data. Now, finally, I'm just telling you about how to work in a do file. Management of do file very much important if you want to effectively and efficiently work in Stata. So the better is to use the do file and the log file. Like the do file is saving your commands that you are going to execute, you are going to run during your analysis. So you will have a database of all those commands that you have run during your analysis and the result that you have presented in your thesis. And secondly, the log file is helping you to have the original data file, original result database that you can view, or you can see it anytime, or you can share it anytime with your research supervisor or with anyone who is actually requiring your analysis original file. So these are the two main important things. Let me begin the log file. And whenever you start working, so you do work like the same I am doing. First, started with the log file, and that is my research analysis, my project A analysis. Okay, just save it and now move towards the working in the in this data. The better option is not to use the command menu for the analysis purpose. The better option is to use the do file for the analysis purpose, because you working over here is having a problem that you are not saving the commands for the future. But working in do file is like you will give the command, you will get the output, and at the time you close the stata, you will lose all the commands. So the better is to save all those commands that you have executed while performing a particular task. So the best is not to use the command menu, but rather than to use a do file in order to have the results, and as well as you should save the commands as well. So let's move towards the how to use the do file. Okay, first let's go towards the data. Let me take the data. Like I have already a command over here, so this is actually, this command is for the results. Now I need to open a data file. I'll go to the data file first, basically econometrics class second, and I need a file in state of form. Like okay, let's have this example 2 file. Yes, it's a workable file. Now I'm not using the command menu. I'm using the do file menu further for the work. For example, if my first thing that in which I'm interested is actually to find out the descriptive statistics of my results, so I will write the command over here, that sum and the wage and the EDUC and the age. And as I click over here, the results will be appear over here, or I can execute simultaneously all of the command, but let me execute one by one. Okay, when I click over here, you can see the descriptive results are available over here and the command has been saved. Okay, now my next command is that I want to run a correlation test, CORR, and the wage and the EDUC and the age, and then again click on the execution. We will get the results of the, we can see, you can see the results of the correlation test. Now I want to run a regression test, REG, and then my dependent variable WAG, P, EDUC, and age. So now again I will ask the software to execute, and now I can see the regression results. Now I can save all these commands, or even for the multicollinearity test. For example, like I want to test that either this is a multiple regression, so either there is a multicollinearity problem or not. So I will simply write down VIF and will ask to execute. So I will have a multicollinearity test. Like if VIF is less than 10, so probably we don't have multiple linearity. If it is more than 10, we have multiple linearity. Okay, if I want to test the heteroscedasticity, hit test, this is actually, these are the commands that normally we give for the heteroscedasticity, for the autocorrelation, for multiple linearity. So for the heteroscedasticity, this is actually the command, and I ask the software to execute. So either there is a heteroscedasticity or not. These are actually the result of the heteroscedasticity test. So we can see that the result is significant. So it means heteroscedasticity is exist in the data, So I have a do file. I will now save a do file. Okay. I ask the computer to save my do file on desktop, and where, in my basic econometrics in my folder, and where I will call this my thesis A and A and one, my thesis analysis. Okay, now I can save this file as a root file. Okay, now I close this file. Okay, now these are my results. Now let's suppose if I've saved these results and I close this file. Okay, first let me close the log file so that I have all the results closed. And now I just want to close this file. Okay, I close it. Now again I want to open, and let's suppose, okay, let's first see the do file is available or not, the do file has been saved or not. So we can see here that the do file is there or not. Now let's check, where is the do file, where is the do file, my thesis, you can see my thesis analysis dot do. This is actually a do file. I can open it by simply double click over here, and all the models will be re-executed once again, and I will get the results. Or we can open the do file. For example, let me first open the data, that is the data of example 2, and then I may open the do file. Like go to the do file, and I will check the do file. You can see when I click on the do file, all the models are once again re-executed. Now this is actually the benefit of the do file, that you can see there the correlation, description, all the model has been that I have actually initially saved. I can re-execute all those models. That was how to use the do file. And further, another do file can be used. You can create another do file and you can use it, or you can even view the do file. Just go to and select the do file. Where is actually your do file? Okay, this is actually, you will have to select it from here, that I either want to see log file or do file. I want to see the do file, so my do file is here, and as I click here, this is my do file. I can further edit, or can add other commands in it, or can subtract, or can have detailed description of the do file. Okay, this was all about the how to use a do file for your analysis, and how we can use how we can save a do file, and how we can use a do file. So the benefit of do file is to store your models that you have executed somewhere, and anytime when you will be required to execute all those models, you just simply open the do file, all the models will automatically be executed. This is actually the benefit of the do file. Thank you so much.